It is time to officially say goodbye to Basic Witch, reset, and move on to new horizons. So I started the process of entering my name and birthday, Leo Gang, rise up. Then I moved on to picking out all of my defining features, and the best part is next, time to pick out a map. Now, I did go with the top left one. I am not sure, but I think the resident services might be perfectly lined up, which would be amazing. But we're gonna have to see because right now it's not fully upgraded, but it does have the 2 south-facing river mouths, which is something that I've never had before. So I was very excited when I saw that one, and we went with top left. Here we are at our first ever flyover, and this is where I realized that I completely forgot to time travel to a snowy day before I started filming. I even considered resetting and time traveling and doing it all over again, but I was so happy with our map that I didn't want to do that, so we're just gonna roll with it. In the beginning it is gonna be grass, but it'll switch to snow in a little bit. And I got probably the worst starters out there. Actually, no. If Sylvia was in the starter set, I probably would have actually reset because I cannot stand Sylvia, so it could have been worse. It could have been worse. Still though, Mira and Biff, not a fan, they will not be staying. So I guess this is a good time to kind of go into my theme and ideas. So this is going to be a cursed Christmas island. Yes, you heard that. We're gonna be doing Cursed Christmas. Now, what that's gonna look like right now, I have no idea. My only ideas beyond that are that it's gonna be strictly black and white. I don't want there to be any traditional Christmas colors. That's not gonna be happening here. We are gonna be using some of the Frozen and Christmas furniture, but strictly in the black and white colorways, maybe some gold. But yes, it's gonna be pretty monochromatic, which I'm very excited for. I've never really done an island like this. I still don't have any codes picked out for like a path, and I'm sure most of the Christmas codes out there are gonna include red and green because that only makes sense. So we might have some difficulty finding some Christmas codes that don't have much color in them. I plan on posting a full video of my code hunting. So if you want to see my journey and process for this island, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. And let me just preface this entire project by saying I will be using treasure islands. I use them in this video. I'm going to be using them all throughout my time building this island because I need to get this done by Christmas. We have a month and a half. I just did an entire 30-day challenge where I don't cheat and use treasure islands. So if you're more into that vibe, please check out that playlist. But for this one, I'm going to be cheating. It is what it is. Back to the video though. After I placed my tent down along with both of the villagers, I went and talked to Mr. Nook and did his menial tasks and labor for him. And then it was time to finally pick out an island name. And I know you all know it by now because it was in the thumbnail and the title, but this island will officially be known as Cursemas. And thank you so much to whoever submitted island name suggestions on my Instagram. You guys are so funny and creative, but once I saw Cursemas, I just knew I had to go with it. It's so good. And luckily, since no one else seems to have any good ideas on any of these islands, it was no issue getting Cursemas voted in. Thank you, democracy. Then I took my butt right on home and off to bed I went. Once I woke up, I had Tom Nook just creepily standing outside my tent, and I don't know why he does this to us, but I am not a fan. But I went through more of the boring beginner stages, which include learning about a smartphone, apparently. Thanks, Tom Nook. So much fun. I definitely needed that. After this point, the game finally let me save and end, so I went ahead and time traveled ahead to a snowy day. Here we are in the winter, everybody's favorite. After I tamed this hare of mine, I didn't want to waste any time, so I went right to Mr. Nook and started all of the beginning tasks that we have to do. I'm trying to get to 3 stars as quickly as possible here. We had to find 5 creatures for Tom Nook, so I crafted a net and we got started with that. Luckily, this went very quickly, so we knocked one task out of the way, and full transparency here, by the time we were talking to Blathers and having to get the additional creatures for him, I was totally cheating and using treasure islands. So these are about the only creatures I'm gonna actually catch for this island. You know, just play how you enjoy playing. But anyways, I turned everything in to Tom Nook, and then my next task was trying to earn the 5,000 miles so we could pay him off for the moving fees. And this is where I go to my first treasure island. I went and picked up one of each golden tool because with everyone that you own, you get more and more miles for them. So you can essentially pay him off just by owning the full golden tool set. So don't mind me, I totally did that and we were moving on fairly quickly. I still feel like this beginning stage takes a long time, even with the cheats. So they really do their best to make you go as slow as possible. Once I was nice and loaded up though, I went and paid off Tom Nook all of the miles that I owed him, sold some piles of gold that I happened to pick up at the treasure island as well. Then I ordered some things from Nook Stop and Nook Shopping, and I went ahead and time traveled. The first thing I did was immediately pay off my home loan because I'm gonna need a full storage and all of the storage space. So I'm trying to just pay off the home loan daily until it's fully maxed out. After that, I went and talked to Timmy and we donated all of the materials that they require in order for us to get a shop built. And then I went and found a nice little spot for that. Meaning I just plopped it right on the beach until I can figure out what I'm gonna do with it. Then, after yet another treasure island visit, I went and donated all of the creatures to Blathers that he required, and we were on our way to getting that museum upgrade. Next on the list was placing down this log bridge that we're all required to build, so I found a nice little diagonal spot for that. Then we were on to everybody's least favorite task, and that is the 3 housing plots that we have to place and craft all of the furniture for. So let's get started with that. I decided to place these on the far left side of my map just to kind of get them out of the way for now. It's insane how much space Nintendo requires for these plots, but you know what, whatever. I placed them, and then before we got started with the crafting, I actually decided to go villager hunting for these first 3 villagers just because I didn't really want to leave it up to chance too much. And we did have 10 Nook Miles tickets that I grabbed on one of our first Treasure Island visits, plus the 1 free one that Tom Nook gives us. So we had 11 to work with. I figured we should be able to find at least 3 decent villagers in that amount. I was not going for dreamies at this point. I just wanted non-uggos, just villagers I don't mind seeing around the island, especially because my starters are definitely not it. So we do just need bodies at this point. I don't have all the tickets or time that I need at this time to go on a full villager hunt. So let's just go see who we find. Ticket number 1, I ran up, saw Celia, and immediately knew that was not gonna happen. Ticket number 2, I ran up and saw Bangle, who is pretty cute. I wouldn't have been mad if I got her, but I knew we still had quite a few left, so I decided to leave her behind. On number 3, we got either Monty or Deli, I think. Not a fan, so we left them behind as well. But then, number 4, we got sweet baby Puddles, and I think she is precious. I love the shades of pink that she is. Now, she's not gonna be a forever villager for Cursemas because I want strictly black and white villagers, but for now, she is perfect, so I scooped her up. I immediately flew to island number 5 and my mind was blown. Look at who we got. She is so adorable. I have never had Callie before, but her neutral colors are kind of convincing me already that I might want to keep her forever. I feel like she's kind of black and white. She's like tan and black. I don't know. She's so cute though. So at least for now, she will be a resident of Cursemas. And then I went straight to ticket number 6, and lo and behold, we found another villager that we actually wanted to invite to the island. 3 good villagers in a row. We got sweet baby Rattle. I was also shocked because this is 2 frogs, and before this, I don't think I've ever had any frog on my island, which is actually insane. So I was happy to have 2 frogs, at least in the meantime. I love Rattle and his whole vibe, the face mask. It's working for me, so I was more than happy to invite him over to Cursemas and then go on home and start crafting the items for these villagers. The easiest way that I've found to accomplish this task is just to make a list of every single item that you have to craft and write them down either on your phone or your desktop, and then you can just go and craft everything at once instead of having to run back and forth and check a million times what items you need for which house. It's nice just to write them all down initially and then just plop them all down once they're all crafted. That's what I did here, and it all got done very quickly. I let Tom Nook know that I was done placing the furniture, and then I paid off the home loan one more time and time traveled again to the next day. We had a nice, dark, gloomy, snowy day, and this is exactly the vibe I want once I save the final dream address. So it was very exciting to see this, and we had our museum under construction, so making nice progress. We also had Harvey wandering around the island, so I went and introduced myself to him. Then we went on a little trip to his island and got the Phototopia thing out of the way. That way, once we hit 3 stars, we can just go and unlock Reese and Cyrus as soon as possible. After that, I just headed back to the island, checked out Nook's Cranny where we had the skull radio. Hello, I had to scoop that up, especially because it was in the white colorway. It was like meant to be. Then I grabbed a mirror because I did buy all of the hair customizations that I've unlocked so far, and I wanted to change my hairstyle, so we're gonna do that. But first, I wanted to hold a sweet little ceremony for our bridge, just for the pictures, and also I always skip this, and I thought it would be a sweet little moment to share. And then for the hairstyles, I just decided to go with the longest option that we had because IRL, my hair is very long, so I just went with this. Played around with the colors a little bit, but decided to stick with black in the end. All right, everyone, I think that is gonna be the end of episode 1 of Cursemas. I am really excited to see where this island takes us. If you have any ideas for builds or designs that you think I should do, please let me know. I'm always open. The plan is to hit 3 stars in the next episode, so if you wanna see if I can do it, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!